Hello and welcome to Players Guild. My name is Loki. I'm joined by our beautiful upper left arm guild master.
Yep, that's me. I have four arms and I prefer I am dominant in my upper left one. Um
So,
if
which
you have
makes
no
you
idea what
superior? Because
if you
I'm
have
I'm I'm a filthy right-handed man.
I mean technically I'm right-handed, I just don't have a right hand. But we don't talk about that. Yeah, if you have no idea what we're talking about, please go and check out our red starter deck video for Battle Spirit Saga, where we go in depth on how this game plays, the mechanics, what everything means. This one's going to be our overlook of the purple deck, which we're going to still go through and break down. But if you really want a nuanced breakdown, I think starting with that red video is going to be a really good introduction to the game.
We went into a lot of details there, explaining why certain things are important. We're going to go in some things here as well, but not in so
Mhm.
much detail. So we're not going to be explaining the basis of the games. We're not going to be explaining in detail certain skills. Of course, anything new that shows up, I'm going to be having a go at it.
Of course. So let's get into it with Dark King Snake Penducles.
He's definitely not a character from that anime about that skeleton. Definitely not.
That one. So this is our 7 cost. This is the highest card we've seen so far.
Yes.
With a reduction of 3 purple. Then we have at level 1 he's 4k, at level 2 he's 6k, and at level 3 he's 7k.
So he keeps
With a,
fairly low on his power, right?
I think so.
Because we've
Given
seen
the amount of
the
cores it
we've
takes to
se-
get there.
yeah.
Hmm.
We've seen that the boss monster Andromeda from the red was 10,000 power, right?
Yeah. So then when he's summoned, no matter what level you summon him at, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove all but 1 core from it, and place them into their reserve.
So here we go into why I think purple was a bit nerfed.
Mm-hmm.
Because as far as my memory serves, and please excuse me if I'm wrong, because that was 12 years ago that the original came out. The first version of Battle Spirits came out in the West.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to put their cores in the trash. Which means you could not
Right.
use them that turn. This puts them in the reserve, which means they can be used that turn.
Right. Right. Okay. And then at level 2 and level 3, when he attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove a core from it, and place it in their trash. So this one does
This one
trash.
goes to the trash. On top of that, if you summon him as a level 2 and then attack,
Can you attack straight away, or is there summoning sickness?
I'm actually blanking on this one. I played too many games recently.
No worries. But yeah, yeah, like you said, if you can do that straight away, that's amazing. If not,
Even then, you play one of them and you have already another one on board.
that's true. There's no like
So,
unique. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
flat out removal.
that's true. Yeah, that's a really good point. And then as we like to talk about the flavor text, the dark. Wow, I just kind of all mixed all that up. The Dark King Snake severely punish the guilty serpent that was responsible for leaking classified serpent knowledge.
What is
I
a
love it.
classified serpent
What is
knowledge?
classified serpent knowledge? That sounds like a thing from the Rick and Morty snake
I
episode.
want to know.
What is the classified serpent knowledge? Tell us.
Don't mess with the squirrels.
And he is also a serpent.
Yes, so he's a serpent himself. I assume he's the king of serpents.
I
Don't know,
mean,
don't know much
Dark
about
King
him.
Snake, you know.
Yeah,
You would assume.
exactly.
Then we go into Segro Snake.
I absolutely love the design of this card, and this card is amazing. And if you ever want to play purple, you buy this starter deck just to get this card.
All right, run us through it then. Let's see
So
why you're very excited for it.
it's a free drop with 1 reduction. Has 1 core on itself as well. Level 1 for 1 core, 1000 power. Level 2 for 3 cores, 3000 power. On both levels, during your attack step, if if it has a soul core, it cannot be blocked by any of your opponent's spirits with only 1 core on them.
Ooh, that is very
And
good.
purple is all about controlling the amount of cores your opponent has.
Mm. Yeah, because if they have 0 cores, they're dead. So,
Exactly.
well,
A lot of
spirits
cards
are
we're going
next.
to see here are going to follow the theme: reduce it to 1, reduce it to 2, reduce it to 3, reduce it to a certain amount, but not kill them. But then you're going to have one effect that's going to be just remove 2 cores.
Interesting.
But yeah, this one
And
being unblockable is scary.
right, because I you don't have health as a player in this game, so even 1k is damage, right?
Yes, that's correct. You don't have power to defend against that. You need to block.
Yeah, so
If it connects, it connects. It's like One Piece. It's like Digimon.
yeah. So then the new substance discovered in the land of penguins. This game just knows me.
Yep.
Had actually been known to the serpents for a long time. Ooh.
So Land of Penguins, which we've seen a couple of cards for already, is all about playing 2-drops.
I love penguins.
And they have their king penguin.
Penguin. Penguins, dinosaurs, mechs. This game has everything I want.
Yes.
Like, I'm so happy this game exists or re-exists.
I think it was blue. Yeah, it was blue. That's a max that mill.
That doesn't. I don't like. I don't like playing mill. So then but they are mechs. I'm torn. This is a very like Then we have Mumira.
Mumira.
It's
It's a mummy without a head.
It's not a serpent. It's
No,
an
it's
undead.
an undead. So it doesn't have any of that classified serpent knowledge.
It doesn't. That's where it's gone wrong. It doesn't have.
That's why it loses its head. And an arm, apparently.
It's a 4 cost with 1. It's his right hand as well. It's a 4 cost with 1 reduction. Level 1 is 1,000. Level 2 is 5,000. And only for 3 cores to get to 5,000.
That's actually quite good, yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
good.
It has a free base cost, right?
That's true. That's true. Select one of your opponent's spirits, remove a core from it, and place it into their reserve. Again, we'd prefer if it went to trash, but
it also removes a single core when you play it, so this can be used. So a lot of it depends on you having the Darking Snake on board, and then you adjusting the core so you can always remove a spirit when you attack with the Darking Snake. I think that's the target of the starter deck, at least.
Yeah, bandages are simply fashioned. Bandages are simply a fashion statement for those of us who heal on our next turn. What? That's great. That's genuinely brilliant.
You can't make this up.
You really can't. You really cannot make this up. So yeah, if you want to take this one.
Dark Knight Florence. I swear I've seen that character somewhere. So
I mean, it does look very Final Fantasy villain.
It also looks like that Dark Knight Mon from Digimon.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Because that black armor, you know.
Yeah, especially with it. Yeah, I see it.
2-drop with 1 reduction. Level 1 for 1 core, 2,000 power. Level 2, 3 cores for 3,000 power. But level 2, while this spirit attacks, it has curse. If one of your opponent's spirits blocks, you destroy it when the battle ends. It's a death touch. It's an offensive revenge.
Yeah.
That's why it has low power.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like it. The Realm of Gloom's ruling class was almost entirely made up of dark world beings.
Was it a Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, I was just like Ron or whatever his name was. Bron. I can't remember.
So the king of the dark world was Rainbow.
There was Gold. I remember him. I pulled him back.
Rainbow was the one that Bron was trying to summon in the anime, and we actually got that fusion now.
Ah, that's cool. And this guy again. So at least with I guess we saw dragonoids, dinosaurs, and star dragons in the dark.
But we've seen mostly star dragons.
Yeah, this is Serpent, Undead, and Shadow so far. And then we have another one with Darkling. We have Stray Soul, which... Are these gems in his eyes?
Yes, so those are the cores for the purple. So this is what creates the spirits. The magic flowing through those cores. Those cores create their own respective realms and the inhabitants of it.
That's really cool.
That's why really the mummy also had that. If you go back to the mummy had that core embedded in its chest.
So he did. It just looks more purple there.
Yeah. It's the same situation here.
Yeah. So then it's free with 1 reduction. At level 1, it only requires 1 core. It's 1k, 2k with 2 cores, 4k with 4 cores. Really nice.
I don't think it's ever going to be leveled up because it's mostly there for the when summoned ability. And you remove a core from your opponent's exhausted spirit and place it into their reserve, sadly.
Yeah. I mean, if you take the last one, because it doesn't preclude,
Yeah.
it doesn't preclude you from doing that, it kills it, which is good.
It needs to be exhausted spirit though, so it needs to be something that already attacked. If you're playing
True.
against a defensive deck, this is not going to do much.
Weird interaction question, and maybe you don't know the answer. I go to play this guy, and then I use my Awaken Flash to then give my card with one core 2 cores. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That works,
you,
right?
You can do that, yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
It's a flash
Cool.
timing.
So it can be used in response to when summoned. Okay, that's cool. Just a really good thing to know for definitely when we're playing together. And then the high reparations force the slaves into even more severe labor and exploitation from the Imperial Chronicles, year 249, page 59.
So 3 pages further down than the Andromeda.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool stuff. Then we're already on to magic. Oh, well, spirits in that reveal pile.
No, so the second 8 is... So this time we're not going from the database, because those cards are not in database
Oh,
yet. That's why they're not in order.
Yeah, that's true. So we've got Core Drain, if you want to take this one.
So it's an amazing looking card for starters. We have a sheep that's losing its purple core.
Oh, it is a sheep. I didn't realize what it was. Yeah.
So it's a 3-cost magic with up to 2 reduction. And as your main effect, you can select one of your opponent's exhausted spirits and remove up to 3 cores from it into their reserve.
Pretty strong for 1.
Yep, removing 3 cores for 1. You don't get the body with it, but yeah. Again, it needs to be something that attacked.
Yeah, it has to be exhausted, yeah.
Against awakened decks, it's just going to be like, oh, you're looking to kill my stuff.
No.
So I'm going to kill it myself either way, and I'm not losing those cores, and I'm just going to make something else bigger.
Yeah.
And then on the main flash, it can give something 2000 power as well.
Which is nice. We've seen that on the draw card for...
Yeah, that utility on magic is absolutely amazing, and yeah. This is...
Oh! There's more.
Yes, there's more.
Dragonaga?
Dragonaga, assassin. It's a serpent!
It's a serpent with dragon in his name!
Yay!
Not confusing.
It's not a dragon, it's Dragonaga.
Oh, true, and Venomina,
Nagas are
right? Naga's a snake, right? Yeah.
Snake people.
So at level 1 it's 1k, level 2 it's 3k, level 4 it's 4. Level 3 it's 4k, but it only requires 3 to get to level 3. That's really good.
It's another spirit with curse.
Doesn't have any effects at level 1, but at level 2 and 3, like you said, when it attacks it does get curse. And if you're level 3 and when this attacks, draw a card if this spirit has a soul core on it. Don't even need to pay the cost.
Yeah, it just needs to have it.
That's nuts. That card's really cool.
Yeah, because it deters your opponent from blocking.
Yeah, because
it doesn't work if you crash into their card. They need to actively block. And if they don't block and kill this, you get to keep on drawing cards.
This is great. I really like this card. I really like this card. And to be fair, as we've talked about, all it is a free drop in any other deck.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can run it as a free drop in any other deck. It has no other requirements. You just drop it as a free drop, put 1 core on it, so 4 cores there. At some point later on, you can level it up.
Yeah.
That's an action you can do.
Serpents with humanoid torsos tend to be violent. Some even specialize in assassination. Fair enough.
I would think assassination is not very violent. It's very precise.
Yeah, it's like precise, quick, yeah.
Exactly.
Like, get in, get out. Don't let them know you've stabbed them out. Hey.
I think there's one more.
Yeah, Purple Smoke Valley. It's a 4-cost Nexus with a reduction of 1. Again, it can have 0 cores and be level 1. It gets level 2 at 2 cores. At level 1 and 2, draw a card when one of your effects destroys one of your opponent's spirits via reducing its cores to 0.
I wonder what the purple specializes in.
I have no idea.
Important thing to mention, this doesn't say only during your turn. This doesn't say during your main phase, during your attack step, nothing of that. Can be during your opponent's turn, can be during your turn, and it's not once per turn again.
That's true, yeah. and it doesn't have to be by one of your spirit effects. It's just by one of your effects.
Yes.
So if you use
the
the
magic works,
the
nexuses
sheep
work.
killer, the
Yeah.
sheep killer. And then 2, during your attack step, your spirits with curse cannot be blocked by your opponent's spirits with only 1 core on them, which makes that Dragonaga even more scary.
Yes, because suddenly they need to commit to it. But again, the problem with Awaken is that they're going to block with something that has multiple cores on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the flash timing they're going to remove the cores.
Yeah, which that's Awaken.
Yeah, that's what you're starting to understand why I'm saying that Awaken is a broken mechanic.
It seems very strong, again, especially against purple, which seems like it's like
strong against purple. It's strong against white. I'm not sure how strong it's going to be against yellow.
Well, we'll find out in coming days. But we are on to Poison Shot,
Yes.
which I think it's a flower or a no, because there's a human hand there. Or
I think it's the Dark Knight we've seen.
Ah,
That's shooting the core that was embedded in his armor.
That makes sense. Okay, so this is the best the cards that you can set. It's a high cost. It's 5 with a reduction of 3, so it can potentially become 2. So when you set this card, do you have to pay the cost when you set it, or is it when you burst?
You don't pay you don't pay cost for burst at all.
Oh,
Burst is fully free.
Wow, that's really strong then.
That's
so
why
when
you can
you're
only have one, and that's why it has very specific activations.
Yeah, so when when opponent destroys your spirit,
Yeah,
that's worded weirdly, right? That's not just me.
Because when opponent destroys your spirit, when your spirit is destroyed by your opponent, but
draw a card. You may then pay this card's cost to activate. It's fine. So if you get a card KO'd, it doesn't have to be KO'd, right? So it can just
it can be battle. It can be removing cores. It just needs to be destroyed. It needs to go from field to your trash.
That's actually really good then. Just a free card.
Your own awaken abilities. I'm not going to proc this because they specifically say when destroyed effects don't proc.
You made when your opponent destroys you.
Yeah. I know this is when your opponent, but I'm just saying effects that if your cores are removed by not using a skill, then when destroyed doesn't proc, and awaken specifically says that it doesn't proc when destroyed.
Right.
So it's always useful to read the effects.
Main flash, select 1 spirit, remove a core from it, and place it into its owner's reserve.
So if your opponent destroys one of your things, bear in mind this can be during your turn.
True.
That burst can be activated during your turn.
True. I'm 50-50 on it. I think it's cool. I think this is one that I'd have to play with, really.
It seems like a deck has a lot of draw power, but it doesn't have as much core removal power. And I think that's where it's going to struggle, because at some point your opponent's just going to be like, so you have one thing on board. I've already seen all of your Dark King snakes, so I'm just going to dump this Andromeda and put 10 counters on it.
Yeah.
Good luck removing them.
Yeah, which I think is there. Like unless you're dropping your king, but that's still like.
But that's again, I've seen all your kings. You're not removing them.
Yeah.
So you need to be very careful where you play your king. You need to play one as soon as possible. But then the other 3 you need to be very careful when you drop.
Yeah. Next up we have Demo Bones.
Another undead. Oh, it's a vanilla, 0-cost vanilla.
So 1, 2, 3, and their respective calls. That's fair. That's a vanilla.
Goes down to
K.
K, the first emperor and unifier of the realms, hailed from the realm of gloom.
Oh.
Consequently, the realm continued to receive special treatment long after the imperial capital moved to the realm of water. However, after 50 years of tax evasion, the central government's patience with the realm of gloom came to an end. This marked the beginning of the Dark Prison.
Alright, all ties together, but that's genuinely amazing. That's great. That's really, really cool.
Oh my god, look at that skull carefully. It has holes at the front and at the back.
Holes at the back? What the hell? I love that card. Oh wow, that's such a cool card. I have no more to say. Then we have Okapandal.
So this is an undead dog that's wearing a nightgown.
Is it a dog? I thought it was like a zebra.
Maybe.
It looks
Can
more
we
like...
concentrate on the fact that it's wearing a necklace and a nightgown?
Oh, that's not the issue. It's the fact I don't know what animal it is. um, so it's a 4 cost with 2 reduction. At level 1, it's 3k. Level 2, it's 4k, which is actually not too bad considering it's only 3 cores.
Yeah.
But at either level, it gets curse, which we've already discussed is really, really good. The Dark Prison was one of the darkest moments in history. Imperial Chronicle, Yield 249, page 58. We have page 58 with page 59 as well.
And 56 was in Red Dawn.
Yeah, all coming together. All together.
Cool card.
Wow.
Moving on.
That card artwork goes hard.
Or the Skullfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds... You know what it reminds me of? The 93 Magic.
I can see it. I can see it.
Like the OG Magic.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, proper, like, the fly vibes, but instead of a human body and a fly head, it's like a fly body and a weird insectoid head. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So this is another vanilla. It could potentially be free. I've seen like a pattern with the vanillas that they could potentially be free.
Yes, that's the power of the vanillas. They either can be free or they have a specific stat lines and they can be cheaper. Just the idea behind them, and I think it's a good idea because then you can get high stats. Because we've seen in Dragons, there was a vanilla that went from 3 cost to 1 cost, but could hit 7k.
Yeah. So 2, 3, 4, depending on its level. Although the Realm of Gloom is well known for its vast subterranean region.
Yeah.
Subterranean? No, subterranean.
Subterranean.
Yeah, I was right the first time. I guessed myself. Few realize it connects to a separate dimension called the Dark World, whose denizens exercise control over the realm and treat its native spirits as slaves. Oh wow!
Oh, that's actually quite a cool bit of story.
That is a really cool. There's potentially Dark World beings within the land of gloom, in the realm of gloom.
Realm of Gloom.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Maybe that's the
wow!
Maybe that's the classified serpent knowledge.
Oh, maybe that's knowledge. That is the knowledge. That's forbidden knowledge. So then we have Dark Grail, which if anyone's played Persona 5,
Yeah,
like
it's made out of a suits of armor.
it's a gnarly looking card. I'll give it that. That's probably what I like that. I really want to see. I don't know if we're gonna get full hearts for these cards or hollows.
I'm
I
not
hope we
sure
get
because we
hollows.
haven't seen those. I know that the aces for each deck are going to be hollow.
Oh yeah, they're getting really nice treatments. But
Yeah, but that's
I
always
hope we
something.
can rarity upgrade our just commons and uncommons. So it's a 3 cost with 1 reduction. Level 1 0 cores, level 2 3 cores. Level 1 or 2 when placed. So that's one of your opponent's spirits with 2 or more cores on it. Remove a core from it and place it into their reserve.
Yep.
So it can't kill, but guess brings it down to 1 potentially.
Yeah, it can bring it a minimum of 1. That's where the Dark King Snake comes in. Yeah, it's just so you don't have a Nexus that can remove something.
True. And then
that's just flat out powerful.
and then during your attack step, draw a card when one of your purple spirits is destroyed.
So that's a payoff for all your curses.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, there's potential there. Like I said, there is a lot of draw power.
That's the thing. There's a lot of draw power, but what are you drawing towards beside the Dark King Snake?
Yeah, right now I feel like Dark King's the only thing they've got going for. Obviously, this is just the starter deck. In the set, we're expecting bigger things and better things, hopefully. But yeah, right now, like you compare the 2 decks, I think purple is very much a, hey, this is the mechanic. If you want to learn the mechanic, this is a good place to start. But this is not a deck I would go, here, learn the game with.
It's definitely difficult. Definitely red is going. I think the demo decks that we applied for are the red decks.
Okay, which makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Red, aggro, easy, fairly simple concepts to understand.
Face is the place.
Bloody Rain, which I love. Again, artwork on this card, phenomenal. These bats have wings. They do have wings.
Yes.
Did I just call them bats? Yep, they're snakes.
Yes, those cobras.
Snakes are cobras. Cobras are snakes.
Not all snakes are cobras. All cobras are snakes.
Ah, science. Dark World. Purple magic. 4 cost reduction to it is another burst. When you lose life, your opponent cannot attack with this spirit during this turn unless they remove a core from it and place it into their reserve. You may then pay this card's. Oh, so all of these seem to have this effect right now, where
You can
once you
activate the
burst it,
flash
you
as
can
well.
activate the flash.
Yeah.
Which is just the game 2000, which is not terrible, but that's really good. That forces.
Yeah.
Is this only the first
That is a
instance of
very
it?
good defensive thing, isn't it?
Is it only the first instance, or is it just saying for the turn your opponent cannot attack?
Your
Yeah.
opponent can attack with a spirit during this turn.
Wow, that's really strong. That's
And I'll
really
give a
strong.
specific one. They need to remove a core from that spirit that's attacking.
Yeah.
It's a very convoluted word thing, but yeah, if they want to attack with a spirit, that spirit needs to lose a core. Unless you're playing Awaken, this is a huge punish.
Yeah. This so far is my favorite set card.
It's a really good one. The fact that they have a mass stop the same as the Flame Wall makes me hopeful.
Yeah. And then Mummy Fun. Yes.
Mummy Fun.
It's another vanilla.
Yeah.
But it can become down to a 1, so it's not a free play vanilla. But with 3, 5, and 6 K attack stat line, makes sense.
It's going up to 6k, that's a strong. As
Yeah,
far as we've seen from the low cost spirits, this is a strong spirit.
Yeah. Mostly covered by vast swamps blanketed in perpetual fog and forest of deep darkness. The Realm of Gloom is most proud of its subterranean region, fair about that before, which connects to a separate dimension known as the Dark World. Ooh. The Realm of Gloom welcomes new residents from the Dark World on a regular basis. Well, yeah, because half of the residents are slaves in the Dark World.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Well, we're definitely going to be doing a lore series on Battle Spirit Saga.
We need to come up with something.
And to wrap up the purple, we have Phasmobat,
Just another Nightling.
which has a great name.
Yes. So it's a free drop with 1 reduction. Level 1, 1k power for 1 core. Level 2, 3k power for 3 cores. Level 3, 4k power for 4 cores. And then on level 2 and 3 only, when the spirit attacks, draw a card if your opponent has a spirit with only 1 core on it. It's not a draw engine.
Yeah. So just when it attacks, you just draw, right? Like it's.
And messenger bats were sent as envoys to the realm of Radiance to negotiate with the penguins.
So are penguins yellow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I assume Radiant's yellow, right? Because we know white's already the mechs and stuff. So
yeah.
Otherwise,
penguins are yellow.
Wow, looks like I'm playing yellow.
So there's one very important thing to mention here, and that got me a bit worried. This deck has nothing to do with Nexuses.
No, there's no Nexus.
No removal, no core removal, nothing.
No. That is interesting for a starter deck. That also puts red at a huge advantage of a starter deck.
Yes. I think if you ever played purple versus red, red is going to come out on top 80% of the time.
Based on our initial impressions and not playing, I have to agree with you on that. I think there's cool concepts in this deck, and a concept I'd probably like to play with a little bit. But yeah, I think as a package, I'm very much like, if you had to ask us, hey, which deck do I buy, and it's based on the knowledge that we have right now, I'd say go for the red one. I think you're gonna have a more coherent time.
I think purple is getting way more love in the core set.
It has to. I have to assume.
Because I think they're trying to keep starter decks not very complicated, and both red and white are fairly simplistic. One is very aggressive, one is very defensive. Purple is complicated because it's interaction with your opponent. It's also very difficult to say. Of course, it's our own opinion. It's a first reaction, our own opinion. We are trying to project our experience in card games to this.
True. We could be completely wrong. We've been wrong a couple of times, but we've also been right a few times. So
the deck draws, but it doesn't draw towards anything in particular.
Yeah, which I guess that is where you can look to the set, right? And then if there are some bombastic purple cards that you can draw
beside
into
the Dark King Snake.
Right now, Dark King is your playmaker.
Yeah.
And
if they remove your Dark King, then what?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, whilst Dark King is good in and of himself, we're not denying that. You look at the red deck where it has 2, 3, maybe even 4 viable options to not just the Andromeda. Andromeda's there as a tech tool to remove nexuses more than anything.
Yeah, Andromeda doesn't feel like an essential piece of that deck. It feels like a very strong support,
Mm,
but it doesn't feel like it's, you need to see Andromeda to play the game. Whereas here, if you don't see that Dark Snake King, then what do you do?
pray.
You curse your opponent.
I guess right. That's it. You have to pivot into a curse strategy. But that's not ideal
I
for
guess
a
you draw
starter deck.
enough cards in here that you can. Even your burst card draws you cards.
True, true.
So you're always cycling those cards. It's easier to see that Dark King.
Yeah, yeah.
And in this game, you only lose if you have no cards at the start of your turn.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. I hope we're completely wrong about this, and I can't wait till we play with them. But as a starter deck, I think it just missed the mark a little bit for me. Just us looking at it from how we've looked at it.
Yeah. Pretty much
But yeah, guys, if you have differing opinions, same opinions, let us know in the comments below. Go and check out the red video if you haven't, because it's more of the same of this. Us breaking it down, giving you our honest thoughts and opinions. We are going to be covering white and yellow in the days to come. We also have on the channel a plethora of different card games that you can enjoy. So if you like Battle Spirits or you like our takes on things, maybe see what we talk about other card games like. And yeah, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, have a good day. I did that in the wrong way, but we're going to roll with it.